Welcome everybody. We got a beautiful question and we're expected to solve this question. Now foremost, this question is only solvable for certain values of x which are present in a certain interval. So the meaning is you would only have to start this with the sole objective that your priority being to extract the interval for which this equation is solvable. I hope I have conveyed what is important in achieving the solution for this question. So in brevity, the first objective for solving this question is to extract the interval, and that is exactly what we are going to do. Now clearly you can see that on the right hand side x should be greater than or equal to 0. For the very fact on the left hand side you've got multiple nested square roots and it is equated to x. So the first observation is clearly we see that x is greater than or equal to 0. So having obtained this is not the complete interval. So this is just one part. We know for sure that x is greater than or equal to 0, but we do not know the bound. So we need to find that interval boundaries. Now from here, if you were to observe this left hand side, 2 negative root of 2 positive x should be greater than or equal to 0. Also, let me write that down. 2 negative square root of 2 positive x is greater than or equal to 0. Right, so this is an observed fact. Now having got this, we can now square both sides. Squaring both sides, we get 2 positive root of 2 negative root of 2 positive x is equal to x squared. Now we will be using this equation and this equation to extract the intervals for x. So if I were to take this as 2, from 2 we can have 2 is greater than or equal to root of 2 positive x. So this is what I've got. And I would like to write this as 2 positive x is less than or equal to 2. I'm not doing anything, I'm just rewriting this in this fashion because I feel I'm comfortable writing in this way. It's a simple thing. Okay. Now if I were to square this, I would get the following. Squaring both sides, this is going to give me 2 positive x is less than or equal to 2 squared. I'm using this space, so this would mean 2 positive x is less than or equal to 4. If I were to move 2 to the other side, I get x is less than or equal to 2. So this is one bound. Now clearly x is greater than or equal to 0, but in this case I see that x is less than or equal to 2. So that's a good sign. So this is achieved because I have considered 2. So let me now consider this system. So let me take this as 3. Now from 3, what I can do, I would like to move this 2 to the other side. So that in turn would give me 2 negative root of 2 positive x is equal to x squared negative 2. Now x is greater than or equal to 0. So this means this is greater than or equal to 0. So this, since x is greater than or equal to 0, this would mean x squared minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Now if I were to move 2 to the other side, I would get x squared is greater than or equal to 2. Now if I were to take the square root on both sides, applying square root, I apply square root here, apply square root here. Now if I were to apply square root, I would get modulus of x. So have that in mind. So this would mean modulus of x is greater than equal to root 2, and this in turn can be rewritten as x greater than equal to root 2, right? So in this case, x is greater than equal to root 2 and x is less than equal to 2. So if I were to take this as say 4 and 5, I can write from 4 and 5, we've got the interval for x. So x is in the center. On one end it is greater than equal to root 2, on the other it's less than equal to 2. So this is what we need. Now from here the actual problem solving starts. I would like to divide this inequality by 2. This would give me root of 2 divided by 2, x over 2 and 2 over 2, which in turn can be written as root of 2 divided by 2 less than equal to x over 2 less than equal to 1. So this is what I've got. Now what I wish to do is, this might look out of the ordinary, but this is the way we can solve this question. So let me take x over 2 to be equal to some cos t. Now clearly this would mean root of 2 over 2 is less than equal to cos t less than equal to 1. And what will be the interval of t? And t will be between 0 and pi over 4. So if I were to write this, I can write this as 0 less than equal to t less than equal to pi over 4. Right? We have studied this. Please refer to my course on trigonometry, which I have already uploaded on this channel. So there are 3 parts, 3 lectures, and they amount to 8.5 hours of lessons on trigonometry. So you can watch them and you can have an idea why I'm writing it like this. So we have got the interval for t, and since I've taken x over 2 is equal to cos t, now this would mean x is equal to 2 times cos t. So I've got this. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to utilize this in the following system. So let me write that system down. So I will be using this, which is 3, and I will be making a few adjustments. So using 3, we get, so what do we get? We actually have got this 2 positive root of 2 negative root of 2 positive x. This is what we've got, is equal to x squared. So we have pushed the 2 to the other side. So we have got root of 2 negative root of 2 positive x is equal to x squared negative 2. I would square both sides. Squaring both sides, we get, what do we get? This is going to be 2 negative, square root gets annihilated, giving us 2 negative root of 2 positive x is equal to x squared negative 2. You got to square this term. Now I would like to bring this term to the left, move this term to the right. So this means 2 negative of x squared negative 2 raised to the power of 2 is equal to root of 2 positive x. So this is what we've got. Now since x is equal to 2 times cos t, if I were to take this as 6, therefore I can rewrite 6 as 2 negative of 2 times cos t raised to the power of 2 and followed by a negative 2 raised to the power of 2 is equal to square root of 2 positive 2 times cos t. So this is what we have got. Now if I were to square this and rewrite this, this is going to be 2 negative of 4 times cos squared t negative 2, the square remains as it is equal to root of 2 positive 2 times cos t. So that's fair enough. Now what I would like to do is I would like to rewrite this. This is actually 4 times cos squared t, right? So we can do some slight manipulations to ensure that this can be simplified. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Now let me use this space here. Now I got a 4 times cos squared t negative 2. Let me take 2 out. So it's going to be 2 negative of 2 times of cos squared t negative 1 raised to the power of 2 is equal to square root of 2 positive 2 times cos t. Now we know our formula. What is that? 2 times cos squared t negative 1 is nothing but cos 2t. So this is going to be cos 2t. And you got the square there. Now applying the square to 2 would give us 4 followed by 2 negative, right? So this is what we've got. And this can be further simplified. Let me just show you. Let me rewrite this term. So this is going to be 2 positive 2 times cos t. Now what I wish to do is I would like to take 2 out. So if I were to take 2 out, I would have 1 negative 2 times of cos 2t. There is a square here, so let me place the square there, and this is equal to root of 2 positive 2 times cos t. Now I'm going to use this space over here, so let me bring this down here. Now we know a formula which involves 2 times cos squared t negative 1, but over here there is a negative sign, so take the negative sign out. So if I were to take the negative sign, I can now rewrite this as 2 times of cos squared 2t negative 1 is equal to root of 2 positive 2 times cos t. This is what we have got. Now this is nothing but cos 2t, but apparently you got a 2t there, so this can be written as cos of 4 times t with the negative sign followed by a 2 is equal to root of 2 positive 2 times cos t. So this is what we have got. Now you have to give the interval for 4t. Now we know that t lies between 0 less than equal to t less than equal to pi over 4. This is the interval for t. Now if I were to write this for 4t, I can very well rewrite this as with the 4t at the center, and on the left side this is going to be pi over 2 less than equal to 4t less than equal to pi. But we need only t. So from here I can rewrite this with t in the center as pi over 8 less than equal to t less than equal to pi over 4. So this is the interval for t, this is the interval for 4t. So having got that, what I wish to do is I would like to square both sides. Squaring both sides, we get, so this would give me 4 times of cos squared 4t is equal to 2 positive 2 times cos t. Now I would like to bring my cos t, bring the cos t to the left. Now before I could do that, let me divide by 2. Dividing by 2 would give me 2 times cos squared 4t is equal to 1 positive 2 times cos t. So this is what I've got. Now if I were to move this one to the left, I would get 2 times cos squared 4t negative 1 is equal to 2 times cos t. Now what is this? This is again the formula, cos 2t formula. So this is going to be cos of 2 times of angle is 4t is equal to, this is actually, now when we're dividing by 2, this 2 goes off, so there wouldn't be any 2 there. So it is just cos t, and let me write that cos t down. Okay, so this is rewritten as cos of 8t is equal to cos t. If I were to bring it to the other side, I would get a negative cos t is equal to 0. This is cos a negative cos b. So we have got this cos of 8t negative cos t is equal to 0. Now this is very much similar to cos A negative cos B, which has a formula as negative 2 times of sine of A positive B divided by 2 times sine of A negative B divided by 2. So there is a negative sign here. Of course, for this question it doesn't matter, but make sure that you place the negative sign. So I would like to apply this formula. So this is going to be negative 2 times of sine of A and B. So 8t positive t divided by 2 and sine of 8t negative t divided by 2 is equal to 0. This is nothing but negative 2 times sine of 8 added with t would give me 9t divided by 2. 8t negative t would give me 7t divided by 2 is equal to 0. Of course, from here this would mean that sine 90 divided by 2 is equal to 0, or sine 70 over 2 is equal to 0, right? Now this is only possible, okay, if 90 over 2 is equal to n pi. In this case 70 over 2 is equal to n pi. Again, as I mentioned to you, please go through the lesson that I have made on trigonometry. I have given clearly how exactly we could arrive at this particular point. So in this case 90 over 2 is equal to n pi. Now what we need the value of t. So this is equal to 2 times n pi divided by 9, where the most important point here is n is the element of z, integers. So in this case t is equal to 2 times n pi divided by 7, where n is the element of z. Now the important aspect that we have to look into solving this question is, what is the value of n? That is an important thing. Now we know that the interval for t, which is pi over 2 less than equal to t, right? In fact, let me just place this in this fashion. So pi over 2 less than equal to 4t less than equal to pi, and from here we extracted pi over 8 less than equal to t less than equal to pi over 4, right? So this is the interval we will be using. Now my value of t is 2n pi over 9. So let me use that value. Now our objective, as I mentioned to you, is to extract the value for n. So when t is equal to 2n pi over 9, of course I could have taken this value, but it doesn't matter. Let me start off with the higher value. So this would mean the interval for this is going to be pi over 8 less than equal to 2 times n times pi divided by 9 less than equal to pi over 4. Now what I wish to do is I would like to multiply every quantity by 9 over 2 pi. This is the quantity I would like to multiply every element present in this interval by this multiplying factor or multiplying quantity. Now if I were to do that, then this would give me pi and pi gets cancelled, so this is going to be 9. Of course pi gets cancelled and you get 8 into 2, 16 less than equal to, my value over here is going to be n, because pi gets cancelled, 2 gets cancelled and 9 gets cancelled, giving me n less than equal to pi, and pi goes away and all that is left would be 9 over 8, right? Now this is clearly greater than 0, right? And 9 divided by 8 would be less than 2. So this is a very important observation. Okay, very important observation you should note, which in turn would come in handy when we are locating the value for n. Now let me just go on for the next one. When t is equal to 2n pi divided by 7. So this would mean I substitute the value of t over here. That's going to be pi over 8 less than equal to 2n pi over 7 less than equal to pi over 4. Now I would like to multiply the quantity by 7 over 2 pi. So if I were to do that, pi gets cancelled. I will get 7 over 16 lesser than equal to, this is going to be n, lesser than equal to pi and pi gets cancelled, giving me 7 divided by 8. Now on this side this is clearly greater than 0, but on this side this is actually less than 1. But if you were to observe the condition for n should be an element of z. Okay, so since n is an element of z, this is not possible. This value is not possible, and hence it has to be dropped. So let's move up over here. 9 divided by 8 is clearly less than 2, and we have n being element of z. So this would mean the right value for n has to be n is equal to 1. That is the right value. So if n is equal to 1, what happens to our value? We cannot take this. This is dropped. Okay, this is dropped. So this is what we have to take. Okay, thus t is equal to 2 of 1 times pi over 9, which is equal to 2 pi over 9. So this is the value of t. But what did we take in? But x is equal to 2 times cos t, which is nothing but 2 times of cos of 2 pi over 9, and this is the solution for the question.